Hey internet, I'm still sick, which is really starting to get to me. Not only am I kind of coldy and blocked up, but I still have conjunctivitis, which means I haven't been able to wear eye makeup, which means I haven't been able to film any of the videos I wanted to film for Halloween, which sucks because this is the first Halloween I've ever been in a country where it's actually autumn and it actually kind of feels like Halloween. And I just wish I had a house that I could decorate and Halloween stuff. I wish I had cool parties to go to that I could dress up, and I wish that I could make all the videos I had planned, but I probably can't because I can't freaking do eye makeup, and it's really just... Anyway, today I'm going to be making a video about TV shows because there's so many TV shows out there. I just wanted to do a little bit of a chat about them, a little bit of a, yo, this is real good, and this is the shit, and then this is like, and like, I've never really gotten into that, so maybe it's good, but I just can't, So firstly, I'm going to be talking about the TV shows that are a bloody good time to watch, and my top 3 favourites are The Walking Dead, because it's freshly out again and it's in everyone's mind, it's in my mind, and the new season has just been like really intense. Like some episodes it's a bit slow, you know, zombies chasing humans, people getting eaten by zombies, it gets a bit, okay, we've seen this before, but yeah, I don't know how they keep kind of coming out with stuff, and it's like, yeah, and you kind of really fall in love with the characters. Some guy got his intestines ripped out and eaten the other week, and people are like, but is he dead? Is he dead? And you know, maybe he's not, but it's like the only show you could question whether someone's dead after they just got all their guts pulled out. My favourite part of The Walking Dead, I love abandoned buildings. I have this thing for them. I just find them hauntingly beautiful, and I love the whole civilization being reclaimed by nature. You know, when you see these old buildings and plants are growing in them, and it's like, yeah, it's nature's reclaimed the building and is taking it back for the earth, and it's just, I love that kind of stuff. And The Walking Dead is full of that because it's set in an apocalyptic world. I also love how humanity kind of functions when society is gone. There's no rules really, there's no laws, there's no stability, it's just survive, and yeah, it's quite interesting. Lots of character development and getting to know them all, and stories, and so it's not just zombies, but there's lots of zombies at the same time, so yeah. Second favourite is Game of Thrones. It's probably, to be fair, better than The Walking Dead, but just because Walking Dead's fresh right now because it's out, you know, it's like slipped a bit, and I just hate how we have to wait so long for Game of Thrones. But yes, Game of Thrones, probably one of the best shows I've ever watched. So hooked, you literally can't start watching it and not finish. Unless you have, then well, you just have bad taste. And everyone kind of thinks, oh well, it's set back in the olden days and like in the medieval times, and it's just porn and incest and weird stuff, and it kind of is, but it's such a good show. I just can't, I don't know what about it, I just don't know what is so good about it. Like, there's just such amazing characters. People just die, like right, left, front, right, center, blah, 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 blah. People just die all the time. It's like, oh yeah, well, he's not gonna die, he's the main character. Boom, done. Okay, and then just, yeah, brutal murders, brutal killings, incest, lots of prostitution, but you know, that's how it was in those days, and you just fall in love with some of the characters, and then when they die, you cry for days and don't want to ever watch it again, but you still do because it's a good show, it's a good time. Probably didn't really sell that, but definitely give it a go because literally, it's amazing. And my third favourite show is Sherlock, Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman version. It's like, I think they've done 3 seasons now. Still waiting on the 4th season, very impatiently, but it'll come one day, you know. Amazing. It's literally just like a modern day Sherlock Holmes. If you love the movies with Robert Downey Jr., the TV show's almost better in a way, but with less eye candy. Unless you have a thing for like long faces, pale, and he kind of looks a bit like a one of those things off The Hobbit, the goblin, the what are they called? But yeah, I love the guy who played Moriarty. He was fantastic, crazy, and the whole storyline was just really good. All the stories. There was probably one episode that was about a dog that was a bit weird, but you have to have some weird shit. And I just love Sherlock Holmes as a character, no matter who plays him really. But I definitely think Benedict Cumberbatch did a really good job of playing him. Robert Downey Jr. just made him extremely attractive, but you know, it's Sherlock Holmes. There's literally only 3 episodes in each season, I believe, but they're about an hour long, and maybe longer, I don't know, but they are brilliant. You should definitely check it out. It wouldn't take you that long to watch season 1 and get a taste for it, so go and do that. Other favourites include Pretty Little Liars. As I said in a previous video, I read the books when I was young, got into them, so hooked, but it's so frustrating. Who is A? Who is A? They sort of revealed it, but I just kind of think, that person that they revealed can't be A. Like, it just can't. There has to be more. There has to be, I just can't. And they've made a new season, so if that's A, it does make sense to continue it. Anyway, American Horror Story. I loved season 1 Murder House. I loved season 3 Coven. Asylum and Freak Show, and then the new season Hotel has freaked me out so far, like really scared me. I've only watched 1 episode, but I mean, it seems good. I just haven't had the balls to watch episode 2 yet, so I'm a bit like, I mean, it's good, but I'm a bit of a pussy, so, you know, what can you do? I've also been watching Scream Queens, which is, it's quite bad, but like, it's good, if that makes sense. Like, at first, it was terrible acting. It was kind of one of those like sorority movies, and I was kind of like, oh, for fuck's sake. But there's a killer, you have to kind of guess who the killer is. There's some really gory deaths, which were quite cool to watch. Like, it's not so much scary, it's a bit suspenseful. It surprised me because I kind of thought it was more of a teen show that was like, yeah, bad acting and sorority-like, but it's quite funny because they all act as if it's not that big of a deal, and like there's this huge murderer out there, but they're still just focused on their sorority, and they're like, well, we ain't gonna let him ruin this party, and like, who cares about the killer? And this one girl like updates her Twitter status as she's being murdered, so you know, stuff like that. It's like light humid horror. Orange is the New Black I watched ages ago, but I haven't watched the new season because like, I mean, it was good when I was watching it, but I don't know, I just haven't really got back into it, and I'm kind of like, The 100 I have been religiously watching. I have 1 episode to go of season 2, the last kind of finale episode. I think I've been saving it for like a rainy day or like a night where I can just really enjoy it and I don't have work the next day, and savor it because obviously it's not out again until next year. But I have been loving that show. So basically, the Earth's been destroyed by a nuclear war and all the humans had to go to a space station to live there. All the kind of remaining humans put together and were in this huge arc. Anyway, it's 100 years later and they want to test if the Earth's safe, so they send down 100 juvenile prisoners and they all have to go to Earth to see if it's good and blah blah blah, and they just kind of, yeah, find like a 2-headed deer, and like then there's these people on the ground, like tribal people that are like hunting them. It's just quite good. Like, that doesn't have that high ratings, and like it's not amazingly written or anything. Like, it's not as good as Game of Thrones, but it's quite a cool show, and I love the little romance that was sort of going on. So yeah, I mean, I got hooked, and I hope that next season is really good too, because it was quite a good one to watch. I loved the concept, and at first, the first episode I watched, I was like, yeah, this is average, but now I'm hooked and I'm so into it. So definitely check the 100 out. Breaking Bad, everyone always rants and raves about. I mean, I did watch it all, I did enjoy it all, but it's kind of one of those shows sometimes you have to force yourself to watch because it's quite intense and serious, and I don't know, sometimes I found it a bit like, not boring, but kind of like, there were some episodes that were slow, and then there were some episodes that were just too intense for me to handle. Overall, it was a good show, but I wouldn't put it in the top 5 TV shows. Suits. I loved Suits. I watched, I think, 2 seasons. It's just quite a light-hearted comedy slash drama of a law firm, and it sounds really lame, but there's the main like pro lawyer, his name's Harvey, and he's just a babe, like such good charisma and like humor, and it's really just quite cool watching the banter and all the drama unfold. So yeah, a good show. Definitely check that one out if you just want something kind of like easy to watch and some good eye candy. Mad Men, I watched a bazillion years ago, it feels like. That one was quite an odd show. It was quite like, I don't know, psychological in a way. And again, not something you can really just like turn on in the background. It wasn't that action-packed, but it was more of like a drama set in the 50s. But yeah, really odd, like just odd kind of maybe experimental filming, and I don't know how to explain it, but like it was pretty cool. I mean, watch a few episodes and check it out. I think I went to a charity shop with my friend and I went to the DVD section to see if there's anything good there, and season 1 to 4 was just on the shelf that looked brand new, and I was like, they were like 50 cents each, so like 25p, and I was just like, why not? Might as well try them for that. So I took them home, watched them, my mum watched them, and we kind of just never got further than I think season 4, but yeah, I mean, I did enjoy it. It was just sometimes quite like, what? And lastly, one of my ultimate favourite shows that I bulk watched was How I Met Your Mother, and I didn't love the last season. It felt like it was really rushed to like reveal the mother, but all the other episodes I loved. I loved their friendships. I love Lily and Marshall, and I love it. I love that show. You can watch it anytime. You can watch any episode whenever, and it's just good. So yeah, they are my favourite TV shows, the ones that I think are good / that I've watched. Next are ones that I really want to watch and have heard are really good. So Supernatural, my boyfriend's bulk watching that at the moment. He's literally watched 11 seasons in like the last week, which is crazy. And I've never, like, I love Jensen Ackles, who's the one with the short hair, Dean, I want to say. I'm just kind of, I think I'd be really into it, but it's just that the fact that it has 11 seasons, it's kind of like, do I have time in my life for that? Like, and you know, sometimes with TV shows, you feel like you're wasting your life, and you kind of are. You could be doing something much more productive, but yeah, I definitely, one day, I'll do some Supernatural, maybe just in bits, but I feel like once I start, I won't be able to stop, and that's like so much time in my life gone. Fear of the Walking Dead. So that's like kind of like a prequel spin-off series with a different family, different characters to The Walking Dead, but it's before the breakout started and as it's happening sort of thing. So I've only watched 2 episodes, but I haven't really got into it because I've been watching The Real Walking Dead, but I'd like to watch it. My mum's watched it all and said it's really good, so I'll definitely give it a go. True Detective, I've heard is amazing, and I've had it on my hard drive for a bazillion years, but I just haven't got around to it. Same with Hannibal. Everyone raves and rants about that, and I think I would love it. Like, I love that kind of shit, but it's just like, yeah, again, I just haven't got into it. I think I've watched 1 episode ever, and I did like it, but then I just never ended up watching the rest. It's just one of those things, you have another TV show on the go, and then, you know, there's a movie that I don't think I've even seen called Limitless, but every time I read the description, I'm like, oh, I really want to see that. Like, I love that, the sound of that concept. And they've just made a TV show on that movie. Something about like he takes drugs to make himself smarter, and the downfall of it, and how his life's like torn apart by these drugs. But it sounds really good. I'd quite like to see that. And then Sons of Anarchy, the motorbike one. My boyfriend was like obsessed with that, and I think maybe it's a bit more of a boy thing. But I did start watching it with him, and I mean, it was alright, it was amazing. Maybe one day, I think he really wants me to watch it, but we'll see. And lastly, I just wanted to mention some shows that people love, but I've never gotten into and just kind of don't fancy. This isn't like me judging, or it kind of is me judging, but anyway. The Big Bang Theory, I just can't. People have said to me before, like, oh, you're probably not smart enough to get the jokes, and it's like, well, I do get them. I'm just not into that kind of humour sometimes. Like, I'm sure if I force myself to watch them, I would find it funny, but it's just like whenever it's been on TV, my parents have always changed it over, and to be honest, the little bits I've watched, I've been like, is that funny? Like, and I know so many people love The Big Bang, so don't hate, but I just personally have never gotten into it, and I don't want to say I don't find it funny because I haven't really given it that big of a chance. I've watched a few episodes here and there to give it a go, but I've just never gotten into it. So I don't really have, like, I'm not going to criticize it, I just personally don't think it's my thing. And it's not because I don't get the jokes. Second is Once Upon a Time, that fairy tale one. I kind of hate that actress, that Jennifer chick. Jennifer, but spelled with a G. I know that's a lame excuse, but that put me off at first. And then it just kind of seems lame, I don't know. And yeah, maybe it's good. Let me know in the comments if you've ever watched it, but I just never could commit myself to that. Downton Abbey, a lot of my family watched that. A lot of my friends used to watch it and love it. It's basically just like an old, like a drama set back in the day in England where they had big mansions, and it seems like there's a lot of drama, and that's fine, but I don't know, it didn't really entice me that much, so I never got into that. Vampire Diaries just kind of looked lame, like vampires. Like, Twilight was bad enough. I mean, I loved the books of Twilight, and the movies were alright, some of them were really bad, but Vampire Diaries, I just couldn't. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go there. And lastly, Doctor Who, which is one of those things you either love or you don't, or you've watched all your life or you haven't. I've never ever watched it. I might like it. I love Harry Potter, but I don't know. I don't know if they're even slightly the same, but I've never gotten into it. So they're my TV shows that I've seen, that I've loved, that I haven't watched, that I haven't loved, that I've liked to watch. All the TV shows that are kind of in right now, I kind of just went through, and any ones like I'd heard of or I'd watched or I wanted to watch, I wrote down. I hope that was just an insightful little debrief of TV for you. I hope that you liked it. Leave some comments on your favourite TV shows. Leave some comments if you hate any of the ones I love, or love any of the ones I not hate but dislike or haven't watched. Let me know if there's any TV shows I didn't mention that are amazing that I should definitely watch. There's just so many TV shows out at the moment that it's ridiculous. I think I have like 4 on the go at once, and it's just like waiting for the next episode to come out every week. So it's tough. It's tough to decide what to commit yourself to, but some of them are definitely worth it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye!